is a historic little
What do you want?
event. Oh, right in front of here.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Like being Florida. He always looks better than me. No.
We already have a guy who crawls on walls and spins webs. We already have a guy who's the god of thunder and a fellow who's got green skin and he breaks through buildings up and so forth. But since some viewers might not speak fluent Skrull, we'll use our mighty Marvel language converter. As a matter of fact, our sales have tripled in the past 3 years, which is quite a publishing phenomenon.
Slower, but still got 7.
No, you promised we were going to take this very serious.
Oh, hey, come on, I love this stuff for my youth.
I mean, my...
Spidey's 30th birthday. What do you get Spider-Man for 30?
Them in countless horror movies, they usually referred to as the dead who walk. Now, what can they possibly have to do with Tony Stark or his armored alter ego, the invincible Iron Man?
I have a good feeling about this.
Yeah.
Peter's the guy building it. I just follow along, you know.
What a great team. You got a great guy
He's
with
just terrific. I never would have done this. When my contract ended, he said, hey, Stan, now you're free. Let me build a company. If he could do it for me, imagine what he could do for you guys.
It's going to be the synergy.
200 to 300 fan letters every day, probably as much as the Beatles. I spend most of my time reading the mail and quite a lot of time answering it. During this time, I think I've learned a lot about what young people think. More importantly, I think I've learned a lot about what young people are.
Wouldn't want to change anything about me.
Gee, you're definitely not the same guy I've been writing about all these years. My guest is somebody who is not only an old friend and associate, but one of the genuine talented movers and shakers of our business, Roy Thomas. So I figured, okay, if we have to do a team, that's fine, but we're going to do it differently than anybody else does it. So instead of a lot of good guys who always won at the end, and they were brilliant and they were superior to the villains and they never did anything wrong, we came up with the Fantastic Four, who inevitably did something wrong.
Paid dividends down the line. A lot of people seem to be short-sighted on a lot of things. So,
how does it feel to know that someday in the future they'll talk of you as the man who popularized three-dimensional perspective webbing? I mean, boy, that's a distinctive trait. Nobody else will have anything like that.
Since moving to work at Marvel's production center in California, Lee has acquired a home with a pool, a pair of sunglasses we never saw him take off, and a position as an elder statesman with the folks back at the Marvel offices in New York. Stan still contributes to special issues.
And then another thing you might jot down, Jim. On page 13, he had his helmet on, and Believers. I'm Stan Lee, co-author of How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, and creator of Spider-Man, the Incredible Hulk, and a whole caboodle of other comic book characters that my legendary modesty prevents me from mentioning. Now, I'll be your host and guide as we journey together along the rambunctious road to comic book artistry, which is to say, it looks like we're stuck with each other for the next little while. What is it that you're known for?
You gotta be kidding.
I am, of course.
Well, originally I created Courageous Cat.
That was that animated show
an
you
animated
did, right?
cartoon. But I think when I was 18, I tripped across a character called Batman.
How do you pronounce it?
Bat-man? B-A-T-man. It was called Batman by Robert Kane. In 1939, when I was 3 years old, Stan. That's when I created the Batman. I'm now 42 on my good days. Anyway, Batman is my claim to infamy.
Yeah, I always thought it was the cat things to think about because you always want something different. I remembered we had a character called the Human Torch who was very popular, and he was a guy. I mean, it's an everyday occurrence. He could burst in flame and fly. So it occurred to me, why not do the opposite? So that was Iceman.
Hey, true believers, I'm Stan Lee, and I want to tell you about the most fantastic sweepstakes ever. How would you like to work with me for a day as editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics? Just enter the Kmart and Marvel Comics Watch and Win sweepstakes this May and June. Get your Watch and Win scratch-off game card at participating Kmart restaurants and win one of 18 million discounts on Kmart food and drinks, plus 2,500 other prizes. Just watch the Marvel Action Hour and answer my questions. Details at participating Kmart restaurants.
Oh, sorry, everyone. Oh my God, I was daydreaming there. I was already deep in meditative drawing. Welcome to StanUARY Day 2. Fantastic Four. We're still working on a little bit of Day 1, but we're doing a do-it-yourself comic book. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining us. Let's get that banner going. We gotta get that scrolly banner at the bottom. But welcome, AKA Patters. Big shout out to one of my boys over here, Skull Diamond 94. We were supposed to sit down and do a Instagram chat. Had a major miscommunication. Tomorrow on Instagram, I'll be chatting with this indie creator, metalhead, Evan Morris, Skull Diamond 94, rocking and rolling. So be there for that, 8 o'clock. If you're late, don't piss me off. All right, so let's just kind of, there you go. Is drawing. Here we go. We just need to delete some of this. There you go. The one and only Fantastic Four, right? Boom. Yeah, so everyone, welcome. Yeah, look, we're just hanging out. Let me do some coloring here. I was like almost blacking out there. Just kind of focused on getting this done. And I always when I get into like 90s style, like a 90s character, there's so much that runs through my head. Like just things I try and emulate, that I try and pay homage to and that. So that's a little bit of where that meditation was like coming from. Just trying to get some of this hair in order. So we do kind of have a little bit of a like a panoramic. Oh, here we go. Yeah, yeah. Hey, good idea. I'm not here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time, right? Dude, thanks a million. Yeah. Ravage. Like I spent some extra time. Some of the extra time was just really figuring out what the format of the day-to-day would be for this. But I already laid out today's Fantastic Four. We have Reed, Sue, Ben, Johnny, She-Hulk, and Herbie. So all 6 members of the Fantastic Four. But great to see you, bud. Thanks for coming by. But yeah, we're going to do some additional coloring here. And I'm a little pumped to draw the Fantastic Four also, because I still don't have a ton of experience and a ton of time on the FF. So whenever I just have an opportunity to draw those characters, like maybe like I guess like just collectively, you can kind of argue, right? Fantastic Four is the greatest superhero team of all time, right? Like I'm not sure if there's a debate of like the top spot. Now you can kind of say some of the X-Men eras for sure, but it would really kind of be like X-Men from the 70s into the 90s, and then Fantastic Four, the Morrison Justice League, and then it's like, it's tough. I think at that point it just goes to like personal favorites. Like everyone kind of has their own pick at that, like after that, just personal preference type. But here we go. So the Crayolas really work well with this paper, and I think the brightness shows up really well. But anyway, yeah. So this is the format. I'm still digging it. I still have to look up Ravage 2099 references. And as yeah, yeah, we love Herbie. Yeah, and as Good Idea has already stated, we will hang here for as long as we can because I still have COVID, and I'm just trying to give myself some solid recovery time. Yeah, I mean, the Roy Thomas Avengers, George Perez early Avengers, right? So, like, those are the usual suspects. But what superhero teams are, you can maybe atypical? Like, which ones are missed? One of my, look, I still stand by it. The Ultra Force from Malibu. When it comes to a Avengers, like the best of the best of the best type team, Ultra Force, pretty there. Hard Case, Prototype, Prime, all great characters. Potentially, like Gen 13, we can put Teen Titans in there. It's just those like endless debates. But I think that's what makes it totally fun. So Ravage, and I'm doing like the hulked out Ravage. And he's almost just like almost like naked. So we will do that. We'll just give him some skin tones here. Give him that beautiful red hair. Ravage's red hair though it's a great tag. Like honestly, nice, just good use of color. Because he's basically red and green, which is I think that's awesome. Yeah, like really good, just strong, confident use of colors when it comes to the design. So you gotta give it to the guys for that. This is the point where my table just becomes chaos with markers. Yeah, Sovereign 7, really effing cool. Maybe the Elementals also from Comico, which are public domain now, by the way. Good idea. If you feel like writing an Elementals comic, let's do it and crowdfund it in 2020. We'll just do enough work to bring it to campaign. Okay, and then we'll see how it goes. I would say like I only say Gen 13 because teen superhero like groups, it really is like it's Teen Titans clearly, but Gen 13, like Volume 2 issues maybe like 1 through 13, 1 through 14, really strong chemistry, a lot of fun. Yeah, Elementals is there. Justice Machine is there. Here we go. We're going through black and white 80s. Okay, and then let's just see. Like now, I'm thinking of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle level independence, like Crow level independence. Like, what are some of the independents that should have gotten a little bit more attention when it comes to teams? And you know what the funny things are? When it comes to independence, so many creators are just drawn to team books. Like they try and like I know some of these guys that I follow on social media. And look, like one of them is a book called The Remnant by Bill Rupp, who is maybe one of the nicest guys, maybe super talented, great project manager because his output is fucking phenomenal. But yeah, he's really into doing his own team book, and you kind of see sometimes you see a little bit of a break where when it comes to like independents, team books are tough to do because it's hard to know what you're buying and what they're selling because you always see multiple characters on the cover. I do feel like there's a psychological blowback for that. Like psychologically, I don't know if that's the best move when it comes to selling a comic. I think it's different when you have, like the Justice League and you have nothing but known characters. Like cool. Like you can waste a cover with Plastic Man or Aztec. Yeah. Elementals is public domain. Like he's made comments about that. Bill Willingham, right? No, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's open. I on Facebook. I'm in. There's a group on Facebook called Public Domain Characters, and they kind of document all of it. And that's a really cool group. I can send that over to you, dude. It's a fantastic Facebook group. But hold up here. Let's just do some of the modeling here. Get a little bit more that sweet red. Rocking and rolling. Yeah, Ravage is such a loaded gun. There's so much that just happens in 33 issues for this guy. All like so much of it too. It's just like 90s troopiness, but fun. Yeah, you like with the what was his company? I got Comico stuck. But he had a book called Crazy Man. He had a book called Monolith. Innovative? Innovation. No, Innovative. What was the name of Neil Adams comic company? Oh my god. I totally forget. Yeah, dude, like that's where we gotta get back to chatting somewhat on a regular basis. Just so we can chip away at some of this stuff. And kind of just like figure out if we can do something fucking cool. Because I really want 2022 to be a truly different year for me. Like no joke. Like I'm willing to put the work in, like period. And have some fun along the way. Like let's just have some fun. Make fucking comics. Dude, it's so funny that this guy's had like horns and stuff. His transformation, Rabbit 2099, his transformation, it's madness. But in like a good, interesting way. Like I'm not trying to bash the character or even the work. It's just interesting, you know? There you go. Continuity. Couldn't think of it. I always hated the coloring of continuity comics. Always hated the coloring. Oh my god. I don't know why. I really don't. I just could never wrap my head around it. None of it ever seemed cool. And it really is. Like, it's, you're a product of the time you grew up in. Like, I really grew up during the Image era. Like, that was nothing but impactful for me. Here we go. Do it yourself comics, people, right here. Like, what else do you need to make a comic? We have it all right here. Oh yeah, dude. Now we'll do it all. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That's the attitude, though. Like, yeah, that doesn't mean like you be like an a-hole. It just means you're a little bit aggressive in your approach, life wise. Yeah, so I'm going to leave this panel here just because it's a little bit of a loaded gun, and it is a panoramic. There's going to be blending. There's going to be some extra detail, like color wise, that I'll have to like add to this. So we will just we'll move on, and we'll get to FF right here. So I'm running like some of my. I mean, technically, I have a fresh number 5, so we can crack that open and start to. I mean, I'm not even sure exactly what the captions for this are going to be, but I did want to draw like a younger, fun-looking Reed Richards. Yeah, I'm like, what's funny too? There was a time where, like, Marvel, when they were really just trying to figure out in the mid 2000s, when like they were kind of just like on this like really nice rebound, like run of books, like just like internal new editorial. You had like Joe Quesada there that I think was doing like fantastic stuff. But Marvel was like, they were pushing and they were willing to experiment with these like younger reader books. Yeah, and that's kind of where the whole Ultimate line comes from. Like the line that gave birth to Miles Morales. And they were so good. They were so aggressive with these up and coming titles. Positioned around kids. And like everyone shit on those books at the time. But you had guys like Mark Brooks. Like he was doing, I think like a Spider-Man one, but it was like, it might have been, I forget the name of the imprint. It might have been like Marvel like at Home or Marvel Home. It was like, I forget the name of it. But then they were also playing with digest size reprints. It was just like a lot of stuff, and a lot of it was really nice. It was well made, well thought out. And right now, like, I just think that's what all of Marvel Comics should be. That's the point I'm getting at. Like, all of Marvel Comics should be positioned for all ages. You know, like bring the characters back a little bit to their core. Get them younger. Just remove all the continuity. Like start all over. Start new continuity, and give us a young Fantastic Four with a young Spider-Man, and all of it, and just and you kind of have the blueprint for that already. So why not? There you go. We got Reed over here. There. Oh my God. Here we go. Everyone, we have the co-creator of StanUARY in the house. Juke Joint, how's everything going with your stuff? I saw some of your Ravage. I'm doing an entire Fantastic Four page. Here's an update for Ravage. I just have to color this right here. So, and I really have to figure out what captions I'm doing for Fantastic Four. So, yeah, very obsessive. Definitely a lot of work. Great to see you, buddy. I'm excited you're here. It's like we got the it's like we got the Godfather of StanUARY in the freaking house. And I was just musing about almost like I was just musing how just comic books are over mature right now. There's just really no fun. Like when you go into a comic shop, there's nothing that seems fun. Everything just seems dire and fucking bleak as shit. I don't think any of that gets into like the growth of a industry. All right, so we got Reed. And do Storm over here. Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, dude. What's happening with you? I saw you were posting about a snowstorm, dude. I'm not even sure, like, what state. I mean, you gotta be up north, right? I mean, you got maybe be East Coast, but up north. Kind of just wanted a storm to just be like battle damaged in this. I don't know why. Just wanted it to look tough looking. Yeah, north of Chicago, dude. I got snowed in last year in February. I got snowed in for 7 hours at Chicago Midway Airport. 7 hour layover. Yeah, Southern Michigan. Okay, so you guys are up there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I know. Crazy, guys, crazy. We might get snow for the first time all year right now. Tonight in Philly. That's the buzz. That's the buzz. All right, so we have to do. So I have to buy more of these. I always point these out. The Pigma Graphic One. This type of tip is so effing good for lettering. It really is. Oh my god, people! You just saw me get a complete brain fart of the who's the alter ego of She-Hulk? Jennifer. Yeah, 4 inches is still a little bit to contend with, right? Yeah, I can't believe you guys are getting it, and really, like, even I know I'm more down the coast, but holy crap, Philly really hasn't even had shades of winter yet, like no shades of winter. Let's see, Herbie. Right, Herbie is spelled as is, right? Yeah, just making sure. All right, and then let's get the thick number 8. Where's our number 8 at? Where's our number 8? Right here. Dude, and you know what's funny too? Like Herbie too is just another character that used to endlessly be shit on, and it's just ever since like there was a Marvel Legends line that Herbie showed up on, like it was like a might have been like a Toys R Us exclusive box set. Dude, when that box set came out, I remember it was like the biggest thing in toys in the history of toys. And ever since that box set, the love for Herbie never dwindled from that point on. Because there was just the only way you can get some of those cartoons was you had to go to, the Hanna-Barbera one from the 60s. You had to go to conventions. Like, you really had to buy them bootleg. And it probably cost you $30 to $40. But you would get a DVD of all of them. And the legend that they couldn't use Johnny Storm, Human Torch, in the Hanna-Barbera Fantastic Four because they were afraid kids would let themselves on fire, which led to the creation of Kirby and the need for Kirby. Really became of legendary status. I really do attribute a lot of it though to that action figure box set, because I guess they retconned them, right? Like Kirby did get folded into Fantastic Four continuity, Fantastic Four quote unquote proper. Here we go. If you don't love doing panel borders, you don't belong drawing comics. You really don't. Because this is where it just comes to life. Like all of it. It's not a comic book unless it has panel borders. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. There we go. Oh my God, for casing up to 10 and you walk away with 4, that's a win. Yeah, right. Exactly, Juke Joint. Here we go. We got Herbie update. Herbie first appeared in the cartoon because they want. Yeah, right. But the lore was that they didn't use Human Torch because children would set themselves on fire, which I don't think turned out to be true, right? Yeah. I don't know why hasn't Herbie been used more as a like an AI for the Fantastic Four. Come on, Marvel. Like, don't make us write your shit. Don't do it. Because will the AKA Patters will accept that there. We will collaborate and create a whole new Marvel universe live within a few streams. Don't fucking act like that's not a straight up possibility. All right. We're going to have, like, it's always Ben Grimm when it comes to drawing. FF. Right? I mean, if you're not going to draw Ben Grimm and you're, like, in whatever style you have, but if you're not going to really make Ben Grimm, like, your own, then it's almost like just don't draw. Like, don't draw comics if you're not going to accept that challenge. I guess it will come up, right? Like, essential Ben Grimm interpretations. One of them is going to be John Byrne. Easily John Byrne. Unpopular opinion, Jim Lee from Heroes Reborn. I still think he kind of solidified the Hulk size thing in my eyes. Last night, we were doing Ravage, so Paul Ryan's run, 90s run also. His thing kind of had a little bit more story behind it, right? Because he had that hockey mask. He got slashed by Wolverine. Oh, here we go. Harry, I'm sorry I missed you, bud. How are you? Yeah, I guess like now, good idea, man. You nailed it. Because that was always a ridiculous thing. But now, look how intelligent that move was. If it is true that they didn't let Hanna-Barbera use the Human Torch because they were set them kids on fire. We're in an age where people actually eat Tide Pods. Yeah. Unbelievable. Pitbull equals the Thing. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, I would say like, I kind of hate to say it. Did the Thing ever like come back? Because in my eyes, like just as a character, they really he did not survive the 90s. And I really feel like that's why people love Badrock. They love Impact from Cyberforce. Like Pitt got bigger and bigger. I get that Pitt is more of an analog for Hulk. But like these characters grew because within the 90s, they ignored it all, dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, Harry, check this out. I got this for a Trial by Fire update video. Deathmate here. Trial by Fire Chapter 2 is strongly influenced by by a sequence within Deathmate Red. So it's awesome. I can't wait. I'm 2 pages away from that sequence getting wrapped up for TBF, and then it's going to be full on to like chapter 3. So, and yes, Indiegogo will be updating very, 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 very soon. Today kind of got a little bit away from me. I don't know where today went. I don't know if you guys have days like that where it's just like all of a sudden, like it's nighttime and things you have scheduled have to get done. But I really feel like if you go to the Thing solo series, John Byrne he killed it on that in that series. Like killed it. But really, like I just don't think the Thing survived the 90s or the movies. But here we go. We got him right here. My thing has more form. Like more form and less like less rocks. Like now I'd like my thing to look like a mess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like easily, like this is one of those like fantasy things. Pitbull, like power wise, like character wise, he, the way how he uses his powers, he really would be a 1-to-1 contender against the Hulk. Easily, he could go through the thing though, easily. Fantastic Four sucks, Harry. Gee, Harry. Everyone, why is it every time Harry shows up, we get bots? What are you doing, Harry? Yeah, dude. Yeah, I need 48-hour day is, yeah. Please give me that. Oh yeah, and I have a people. I have to fix my banner here. What the hell? Because we're in day 2. I just noticed I have day 1 listed. WTF. Here we go. Hit that. Show it. Boom. Day 2. Day 2. Excuse me. But Harry, dude, good to see you. Happy New Year's, though. I know I already wished you that. And anyone else, Happy New Year's. I am so excited over like so much stuff right now. Got an order together for new TBF stickers and merchandise that will go out. So that's going to be cool. And then just working on a couple ideas on how to show off like just what the overall story is for Trial by Fire. That is still a little bit of a pickle that I thought I was going to figure out during the course of the campaign. But it's also too, like, keep in mind, like these things are difficult for me because I care. Like there's just things about TBF that deeply affect me, that I just love it. I love it. I care about it. I probably love it too much. Here we go. So we're making quicker progress than we did with Ravage 2099. I think we can all agree on that. Ravage yesterday was just rough because it was hard for me to visualize everything. And being live, like that can affect it. That definitely can affect the level of work you put into something because you are more self-conscious of everything when you're live. Yeah, there you go. Right. Russian chick bot. Harry Penn. Russian chick bot magnet. That's almost like that's if that's not like a comic strip, I don't know what is. Yeah, dude, you too, bud. Thanks. Yeah, we've all been there. most of us are invisible to women, so there should be like that. There should be that. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, look. TBF is, it's just it's a little bit of a loaded gun because of like just kind of like what I view the story is versus kind of like what I know is marketable or good. I'll say it's not even marketable. It's just like what's good, and you do have to kind of back away from things sometimes so you can get that other like perspective. You can get that other vision. But regardless, it's just so much fun working on Trial by Fire. Well, I would say the idea of FF, yeah, definitely. I just think, like if there was a way to represent it, and that's why I like the Heroes Reborn stuff so much when Wildstorm Comics was taking it over, because I thought they kind of had, like modern day solutions. They rolled the FF more into like the industrial military complex, and I thought they did very interesting things. And I guess like a lot of the Jim Lee work did end up in that Josh Trank movie, which really has the best Doctor Doom we'll ever have. Because, the newer Fantastic Four, that Doctor Doom, like that hallway scene when he's just walking down the hallway, exploding people's heads, like scanner style. Come on, like cooler than a cucumber. Yeah, dude. What we do, yeah, I do my own like Kirby crackling where I do my own like debris, and I kind of always like segment it and break it up as if it is like Kirby crackle. That's why so much of my stuff kind of has this energy that people talk about. But it really is, and Kirby did debris like breaking off his characters. But that doesn't have a name. Like Kirby Crackle just is something that caught on. Right? Like what, from the Kirby Collector? Like the magazine. Right? Because I don't think Jack Kirby called it Crackle. I'm sure he had like his own name for it. There we go. I'm just completely in love with the progress we're making tonight. Such a contrast to one night ago. And this is right. This is cancel worthy because I'm drawing a attractive She-Hulk. Right? I mean, Marvel doesn't like their She-Hulk now to look like a woman. And drawing small messes with you, everyone. Yeah, it is, but I guess I'm like asking a little bit more of like the name, like right, like Kirby, the Kirby Crackle came to the Jack Kirby collector. Yeah, dude, John Byrne. I had all of almost like a complete run of that She-Hulk like volume 2, and right because he did, was it 50 issues? And I let that go when I purged my comic collection, and now like those books are so fucking expensive, it just breaks my heart. Because growing up, to me, John Byrne was She-Hulk and Namor. Like, you know, like I wasn't even that aware of the X-Men John Byrne at that point. And that's the other weird thing. Like, why is there a She-Hulk Marvel Cinematic Universe show on Disney Plus? Like, what? Like, you're spending it's almost like you're spending money on what and why, and you're trying to reach like what audience with that? All of these new shows, like the She-Hulk, the Moon Knight, the Miss Marvel, even like with or without them being good or not, it's hard to understand what the like where does all that stuff fit in, if it fits into anything. Are they like now are they just experimenting with like what characters really might stick with a newer audience? I think that's really what they're doing, especially with Moon Knight. Like, Moon Knight is a grab for the Dark Knight audience, like, period. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I don't know. There's a lot of good John Byrne backgrounds, Harry. Maybe the older John Byrne drifted away from him. All right, and then I gotta get like a Herbie reference going. So we got Herbie right here. I always forget that. I always draw Herbie because Herbie kind of has. He has like this triangle upper body, and then he has like a fat bottom. You know, he's like thick. I was drawing with like 90s antennas though. You know, with some extra like wires and cabling hanging from them. So there we go. We got something. Yeah, dude, definitely a lot though. But I think the one thing to take into consideration, just talking about Byrne real quick, is he always put time into his establishing shots to set up a environment, and then at that point, it was the clock's ticking if you're going to draw in everything, to continue that scene. Did Byrne only draw the first 8 issues? I thought he was on it for longer. Did he really only do 8 of the fucking She-Hulk? Holy shit. I didn't even realize that. And that's one of my fucking books. I should know that. Welcome to the AKA Pad live stream. We learn and we educate one another. We learn together, everyone. I fucking love it. Here we go. We got Kirby zipping through the air here. Not Kirby, Herbie. What the fuck? What am I saying, guys? I had the Fantastic Four building drawn in the background for this as a bird's eye view shot, and I covered it with my lettering. So there you go. That happens sometimes. Again, that's making comics. All right, so we got like most of this. We're gonna hit She-Hulk first, just cause I want to do the green and like the purple background for that. I just can't wait. I'm going to remove some of this pencil here, some of it, not all of it. Let's get back over here. Okay, here we go. We got John Byrne up there. I looked it up. Byrne came back at issue 31 and drew for a couple more years. Okay. But I guess he was never consistent. He was almost like his own guest artist. That's just nuts. I thought he did. I always thought he did like a 5-year run for that. Dude, so funny. Like, you really You just don't know stuff sometimes. All right, so we got this. We'll have to do like 2 different color greens for her, right? Because She-Hulk's hair is always just way more green. But we can't get anything too green. Like all of these. Like, I guess maybe we can shoot for this one. I think this is too dark. But let's see. Let's do her face. And let's get to this. Let's see. See, I know this is, yeah. Now, I would really dig a light, like a lighter green. Because I thought this, maybe, is this the same? This She-Hulk just did not gel together the way your boy over here was hoping. But that is the break sometimes, like you kind of work with different materials sometimes. It just doesn't always click. So frustrating. Alrighty, let's get to this. I thought She-Hulk doesn't Jen have blue eyes? Let me do that real quick. And then a little bit more of a border shadow here since we're just like doing the names. Oh, this She-Hulk is just bothering the shit out of me. Like, I legit cannot look at it. I just can't. I gotta get away from it. Oh yeah, what's up, Resistance? How are you, buddy? Good to see you, bud. Sorry, I was in a deep drawing state there. Not even drawing, just kind of more or less hating this rendition of She-Hulk here that I had the displeasure of creating. But Resistance, if you're there, give me some book updates. Two Gun Kid, yes. I know, I can't wait to draw two. Yeah, dude, 1,000%, man. Yeah, that's why you gotta distance yourself. Yeah, rounding the corner, dude. Like finally feeling good. Like it's just like the last couple of days have been like such, it's been topsy turvy, like up and down, like one, like a good afternoon, a bad night. But the last 2 days I really kind of just felt like I've been a little bit more on like a full rebound. So technically, I think after tomorrow, I'm not quarantined, like officially. Kind of just when it comes to like best practices. So I got that to look forward to. But thank you for asking, bud. Appreciate it. I love you for it. All right, we just got Herbie here to wrap up. Again, Herbie created by Hanna-Barbera because they could not use Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four. This was a response to them not being able to utilize all the characters they wanted to from Marvel. And there's all kinds of really good debates and reasons why that exists. Some of it is people thought kids will set themselves on fire if they saw the Human Torch on television. I get, you can kind of make a debate that some of that could have been smart. Because as stated here tonight, I mean, people did end up eating Tide Pods. Like you kind of never thought that would happen. Yeah, not even trying to be funny there. Still waiting for colors cover A and B, waiting for a few pinups and fully color, trying to verify a full-time color. Yeah, you don't, dude, I'm so sorry. I didn't respond to your text message. I know. Fuck. I'll do that. You did, dude, you did tell me that. Mother effer. I apologize. Let's see, where is my brush pen? I needed that a little bit for tonight. And I don't see it. Oh, it's right here. Right next to me. Now, dude, that was a mess up on my end. I apologize, dude, infinitely. The funny thing is, though, too, I know I drafted a response. So, it's because, dude, I take it all, there's no message I ever, don't take lightly. I was, and the reason for that is that because there's a lot of talking on my end when it comes to projects and, just being a part of things, helping people, so on and so forth, right? There's always traction, and sometimes things don't make it into my calendar. Sometimes they're not queued up the right ways, and that's just a volume thing. But at the same time, that's why I'm disciplined so much about responding to messages, because a lot of times that's where my reminders are. All right, so maybe we fixed a little bit of She-Hulk here. Maybe. Maybe. And then here for Ravage for yesterday, I wanted to do this very choppy foreground debris here with the brush pen to really make it pop. All right. Day 1, Ravage 2099. Day 2, FF. With a horribly drawn She-Hulk. Everything else kind of came together for this, though, right? Except for She-Hulk. Motherfucker! I don't know why. I just don't. And I just cannot back away from it. Okay, everyone, we're done. 90 minutes. Tomorrow is the Two Gun Kid, right? What the hell's tomorrow? Anyway, we're doing it again tomorrow. Other live streams coming, full updates coming, videos dropping. I love it. Let's get some last messages. I've been meaning to ask about the commission for my characters if and when you have time. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I will. If we can talk tomorrow or Tuesday, let's do it. I'll text you. We'll pick it up from there, bud. Thanks a million. Resistance, I love you. Oh, here, hold up here. Everyone, colorist, Resistance needs a colorist. Yeah, I can forward someone to you, bud. Okay? We'll do that.